This also is a critical moment for Ukraine.
I'm not saying that this is how I feel. I'm not saying this is how people should feel. But people do not care about Ukraine. It's old. People aren't voting based on Ukraine. I think it is an actual big issue. People are dying. It's a war. It's important. But people in the U.S. sadly just do not care. So.
And I have my doubts that we're going to see that handshake, but what we are going to see is a spirited debate.
Those mock debates are genius. So that is a big up. Like, I hope, I think she'll do a good job if she actually did all those mock debates. I'm cementing my place in history. I can hear his lips
President Trump
smacking.
won the coin.
Kamala Harris.
Oh!
Have fun. Thank you.
They did it!
Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago.
Did he say you and President Trump?
Better when it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. Okay. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing. And the cost of housing
She's
is
doing
too
a great
expensive
job.
for
You can tell it's scripted, but still, it's smooth. She's exceeding my expectations.
We're doing tariffs on other countries.
Because tariffs historically are great.
We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before. Probably the worst in our nation's history. 50,
the worst
60,
in the
70,
history?
and 80%. On top of that, we have millions of people
I hate how
into our
commie
country
is.
From prisons and
that's
jails,
the good.
from
That's the right
mental
strat.
institutions
They're both
and
prepared.
insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking
Did you say millions?
jobs that are occupied right now
Line number.
by
Wait. Oh, he said
African
millions.
Americans
Not
and
hundreds of millions.
Hispanics.
So there's no
Aurora
statistic
in
to show that they're
Colorado.
dumping people
They are
from
taking
mental
over the
institutions into our
towns. They're
country, but
taking over
whatever.
They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality.
They're
We
actually
have to
lower
get
than
them out.
natural born
We have to get
citizens.
them out
Not
from
to
the
mention they
history
tried
of
to
our
actually
country.
put forward a border
I'll
bill
do it
that was
again
I
and
disagreed
even
with because I thought it was
We
too
are gonna
strict,
get to
but your
immigration
people shut it down.
They give me credit for a lot of things, but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic.
You did nothing. The nothing that you did? It'll be over in 2 weeks. That? Yeah, great job, man.
16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of
She's
next
cooking.
year
She's
would
cooking.
invite a recession.
I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our work,
Actually, I went there
value as a
myself.
country.
He said it was
Be able
great.
to,
Name some names,
create
man. Come on.
jobs and-
Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
They're not going to have higher prices. What's going to have and who's going to have higher prices is China and all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years.
What?
The polls say 80 and 85 and even 90% that the Trump economy was great, that their economy was terrible.
He is right. People are more confident in his economy than hers. He's right on that one.
We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has.
Oh, yeah, what?
She's gone to my philosophy, but if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist.
She's taking
Her
my
father's a
policy,
Marxist
but also
professor
she's a
in
Marxist
economics.
because
And
I
he taught her
love
well.
Marxism.
But
Of
when
course,
you look at what
Trump's
she's
the
done
communist,
to our
guys.
millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say. And I think it's
The
a lot
15
higher
isn't
than
even
the
true.
21. That's bigger
Wait,
than
you
New
think it's
York
21,
State
but you think
pouring
it's
in.
higher than
And just look at what they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor, who's doing an excellent job, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's what.
No, that's what he meant. The baby in like a little mini guillotine. They meant give it up for abortion, not kill it.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. None of
The fact that she had to say that is crazy.
Would you veto a national abortion ban if it came
Well,
to
I
your
won't
desk?
have to because, again, two things.
What?
Number one, she said she'll go back to Congress. She'll
You
never
might,
get the
yes,
vote.
you might
It's
have to. Your
impossible for her to
vice
get the
is
vote.
for it.
You could do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th
That's
month,
not true.
and probably after birth. Just look
And
at the
probably
former
after birth.
governor of-
He's
of
moved down to
Virginia.
probably.
The people don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. The people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there. And then
What?
she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies.
No,
They're
her
the
rallies
biggest
are lively
the
as
most
shit. You
incredible
cannot deny
rallies
that,
in the
dude.
history. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating
What?
of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
How is this real?
There have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well,
All
I've
this-
seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is the
People on television
is-
say my
Dude!
dog was taken.
He sounds like
I'm
an
not
old
taking
ass man
this
you
from
find in a
television.
nursing home.
People on
Fox
television
News
say
told me
my
they're
dog
eating,
was eaten
immigrants
by
are eating each other
people that
and
went there.
dogs. I'm gonna post on Facebook,
When the
an immigrant
issues that
came over and
affect the
ate my
American
dog
people are
yesterday.
not-
got more votes than any
Wait, what?
president, sitting president in history by far.
What about Reagan?
Do you know that crime in Venezuela and crime in countries all over the world is way down? You know why? Because they've taken their criminals off the street and they've given them to her.
It's down
to put
here,
into our
too.
country.
He sounds like a
Migrant
nut
crime.
job
And it's
here.
happening.
overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. But Vice
Excuse me,
President
the
Harris, I'll
FBI
give you the-
defraud. They were defrauding
She's winning.
statements. They didn't include the worst cities. They didn't include the cities with the worst crime.
They do
turned
that
out
with
to be a fraud.
statistics. They exclude the most extreme
Well, I think
examples.
Joe Biden was found essentially guilty on the documents case. And what happened in my documents case? They said, oh, that's the toughest of them all. A
Yeah,
complete
because
and
Joe
total
Biden gave them
victory
up the
2 months
moment they
ago. It
caught
was
him.
thrown out.
You kept them
It's
and said,
weaponization,
no, I'm
and
not
they
giving
used
these
it,
to
and it's
you.
never
And then you
happened.
only gave half.
I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They
You
took
could say that about any
democracy.
politician
I'm a
ever.
threat
Oh, so they
to
have to love you now?
democracy.
So you don't get shot again?
My position is that we have got to invest in diverse sources of energy so we reduce our reliance on
Oh my
foreign
God.
oil.
Yes,
We
that's
have
how you do it. Yes, oh my God. I've been
and
saying this.
domestic
I've been
oil
saying this.
production
Just
in
say we need to stop relying
because
on
of
it.
an-
Oh my
as it
God.
relates to my
Has she been
values, let me
taking
tell you,
notes?
I grew up
Yeah, no, this is
3
good.
million
Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
They're doing transgender operations on illegal immigrants who are in prison. What the fuck?
On
Maybe they
that
just forgot
point,
the ad break. I
Donald
don't
Trump,
fucking
the
know.
candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath.
He did.
If this and the outcome of this
He
election
did say
is
that.
not
He's
to
nodding his head no.
liking.
I heard him say those
Let's
words.
turn
I was
the page
watching
on
the
this.
rally
Let's
live.
not go back.
Let me just follow up here.
It was a different term, and it was a term that
No, he said
related to
bloodbath.
Energy because
I was
they
listening.
destroyed our energy business. That was where bloodbath was. Also,
No, he said if I don't
that
win,
story
there'll
has
be a
been, as you
bloodbath.
would say,
He said that.
debunked. Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity.
Oh, my
Jesse-
God.
All of these people. They covered it. If they go an extra sentence, they will see it was perfect. It was debunked in almost every newspaper, but they still bring it up, just like they bring
Name one.
2025 up. I ask you this. You talk about the Capitol. Why are we allowing these millions of people to come through on
Oh,
the southern border? How come she's
my
not doing
God.
anything? I'd like to see her go down to Washington, D.C. during this debate because we're wasting a lot of time. Go down to, because she's been so bad, it's so ridiculous. Go down to Washington.
Please
We're gonna
leave.
say,
Please
come on,
leave the
come
debate.
down to
Please.
the
He's
opposite
begging
side of the
her.
bill. We have to have borders and we have to have good elections.
Then why are you running?
Elections
If you're gonna
are
lose
bad.
anyway,
And a
if they're
lot of these
faking the
illegal
elections, then why are you
immigrants
running?
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people.
Oh,
Cannot
that's a
afford
harsh way to
have a
put it.
president
That's
of the United
hilarious.
States.
And when she ran, she was the first one to leave because she failed. And now she's running. I don't
Dog,
understand if I'm
yes,
okay with it
because as a vice president does,
Very
they
well.
pick up from where the president left off.
If I were president, it would have never started.
They attack partially
Ever.
because of the
I know
Abraham
Putin
Accords.
very well.
So
He
actually
would
your
never-
presidency
there was no
was some
threat
of the
it either,
fault
by the
of
way,
why
for
they
4
attacked.
years. She hates Israel. She wouldn't even meet with Netanyahu when he was to make a very important speech. She refused to
She
be there
met
because
with
she
him
was
after.
in a
Yes, she- oh
sorority
my
party
God.
of hers. If she's president, I believe that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one.
You have not
She
been good about
hates
predictions.
Israel.
You've been so
At
wrong.
the same time, in her own way, she hates the Arab population. If I'm president-elect, I'll get it done before even becoming president.
Vice President Harris, who
What?
says you
Before
hate
becoming
Israel.
president?
I have my entire career and life supported Israel and the Israeli people.
I hate this.
He knows that.
I hate this
He's
so
trying
much.
To, again,
They're battling on who
divide
likes genocide
and
more.
destroy
I like genocide
that
way
Donald
more than
Trump
that
is
guy.
weak.
Putin endorsed her last week because
He was
what
being
he's gotten
sarcastic.
away with, people being killed by the millions. It's the millions. It's so much worse than the numbers that
They're
you're getting
not.
with your fake numbers. Look,
Then where are you
we're in
getting
for
your real
250.
numbers?
She goes down as the worst vice president in the history of our country. But let me
Dude,
tell you something.
how?
She is
She's
Abdul
like, what the fuck?
is the head of the Taliban. He is still the head of the Taliban. Or you're gonna
Abdul
have
is still the
problems.
head?
Just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now. But if
I don't gotta come up with a plan
come
until
up
you
with
elect me,
something,
guys.
she wants everybody to be on government insurance where you wait 6 months for an operation that you need immediately.
President Trump.
That's not true. Even in places like Canada, if you need emergency immediately, they will give it to you. They put you to the front of the line. This is rally Trump. There's a difference between rally Trump and interview Trump. Rally Trump can be insane because the people who watch Trump rallies, other than people like me who are just very critical and like to see that stuff, most people who watch Trump rallies are hardcore Trump supporters. He can be insane and they don't care. He says things in Trump rallies like immigrants are eating dogs. And it doesn't matter because the only people watching are insanos. In interviews, he's more sound. He doesn't say all that crazy shit because he knows he's going to lose moderates. For whatever reason, it seems like he brought rally Trump to this debate and he sounds nuts. Which he sounds like this in rallies too, but now moderates and whatnot are going to hear that. Well, a lot of people don't like Kamala, so it's not going to destroy his turnout entirely, but I do think this will make Kamala's polling better because she looks smart here and he looks nuts. You can be a Republican and not sound nuts to a moderate. You'll sound nuts to someone like me because I'm a leftist, but you're not going to sound nuts to a moderate. You can be like, immigrants are dangerous, and moderates will go like, okay, immigrants are eating our dogs and cats? Yeah, that looks bad. I don't want to overestimate how much this will affect things, but this will be better for Kamala, for sure. I think in interviews he has people in the background telling him what to say. I'm sure he does, but I don't think he listens. In a bubble. I bet you know nothing about me. Ask me questions and I will tell you if you are right or wrong about me. You can't be nice because that is not your personality. Dog! I literally can. I tried. And you are just sitting here accusing me of living in a bubble for literally no reason. And you're sitting here like, you know nothing about me.